If you have already engineered the mindset and established the daily protocol, you know that time is your most precious asset. But why are you still exchanging that asset linearly for money? Why does progress feel like pushing a boulder uphill, only to watch it roll back down? The truth is, the single greatest barrier to exponential wealth is not a lack of drive, but a fundamental misunderstanding of leverage. Most people operate under the curse of linearity, $x amount of time equals $y amount of dollars. True wealth, the sustainable, generational kind, operates on a principle of multiplication. It operates on the principle that resources you do not own, other people's time, other people's capital, other people's code, can be ethically deployed to create returns that are entirely disproportionate to your input. This is not about debt, this is about systemizing effort. This is the blueprint for breaking the time for money prison and starting to operate in multiplication mode through the 5 levels of financial leverage. The foundation is simple. Leverage is the art of transforming resources that are expensive for you, your time, your daily energy, into assets that work for you, 24 hours a day, without complaint. The protocol you built was the ignition. Now, we install the engine. The first of the 5 levels of leverage is time leverage, the system architect. The first level of leverage is the most intimate, and it begins with your time. You must stop working in your business or in your life and start working on your systems. Linear thinking dictates you must perform every task. Leveraged thinking dictates you must only perform tasks that directly generate disproportionate value. Every repetitive task is a vulnerability, a leak of time that prevents you from reaching higher leverage levels. The protocol here is the creation of the standard operating procedure, SOP, for every recurring action. Document it. Simplify it. Then, automate it or delegate it. You must start buying your time back. The vast majority of people trade their $50 per hour energy on $10 per hour tasks, answering basic emails, scheduling, data entry. This is not discipline, this is inefficiency masked as effort. True time leverage is ruthlessly identifying those low-value tasks and replacing yourself with a system, whether that system is software, a VA, or a simple checklist. You are not sacrificing control, you are asserting control over the allocation of your most valuable resource. If you can automate a task that saves you 1 hour a week, that is 52 hours of new, high-value time you have just leveraged out of existence. This is the prerequisite for all other forms of wealth creation. If you haven't mastered your time, you are building your fortune on sand. The second of the 5 levels of leverage is capital leverage, the resource multiplier. Once you have mastered your time, you move to the second and arguably most discussed form of leverage, capital. This means using money, your own, or other people's money, OPM, to generate returns. But most importantly, it involves harnessing the force of compounding. Your mindset protocol has taught you discipline. Now, apply that discipline to your capital. Money must be viewed not as something to be accumulated in a dormant account, but as a disciplined employee who works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without demanding sleep, breaks, or praise. If your money is not generating more money while you sleep, it is actively losing value to inflation. This level demands you transition your resources from consumption, pillar 4 of the protocol, into assets. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, whether that is equity, real estate, bonds, or high-yield digital assets. This level is crucial because it introduces non-linearity. Your $1,000 investment, if managed correctly, returns $100 the first year, but that $100 is reinvested, meaning the next year's growth is based on $1,100, not the original $1,000. This force, when applied over decades, is what separates the merely successful from the truly wealthy. The primary scarcity you face at this level is time for the compounding curve to mature, which is why the daily protocol, video 2, is essential. If you are disciplined with time, capital leverage will handle the volume. We now move from resources that are directly measurable, time and money, to the exponential, invisible forces that define modern wealth. The shift from level 2 to level 3 is the moment you transition from a participant in the market to an architect of the market. This is where truly asymmetrical returns are generated. The third of the 5 levels of leverage is media and audience leverage, the megaphone effect. In the 21st century, attention is the new currency, and an audience is the most democratic form of leverage available. Your media, your social channel, your newsletter, your podcast is an asset that allows you to apply your effort once, but reap the benefits millions of times. A single message recorded and published today can educate, inspire, and transact for you 10 years from now. This is impossible in the linear world. The protocol for this level is relentless value creation, Pillar 2. You must view every piece of content not as an expense, but as a permanent, working asset. When you speak to one person, you are performing a linear transaction. When you publish a video or write an article, you are performing an act of mass leverage. This allows you to scale trust and authority at a speed that traditional businesses cannot match. If you can create a piece of media that solves a problem for 100,000 people, you have leveraged the attention of 100,000 individuals with a single unit of your time. This audience becomes your proprietary distribution channel, protecting you from platform reliance and multiplying your message across all your other assets. You must build your own stadium, not rent space in someone else's. The fourth of the 5 levels of leverage is intellectual and code leverage, the infinite multiplier. This is the highest form of direct, personal leverage, defined by the ability to create products with zero marginal cost of replication. We are talking about software, courses, ebooks, patents, or formalized systems, assets that require significant upfront time and expertise, but can be sold an infinite number of times without requiring additional human effort. The protocol here is the codification of your expertise. Every system you use to master level 1 and 2, your financial plan, your morning protocol, your shadow work journal, can be formalized and turned into a replicable product. This is the great equalizer of the modern era. An individual creator can build a piece of software that can be used by 1 million people, giving them the leverage previously reserved only for multi-billion-dollar corporations. Your knowledge, once codified into a scalable digital product, is the purest form of passive and infinite leverage. It works while you sleep, it works across borders, and it requires no further investment of your time or capital once launched. The fifth and final level of leverage is social and network leverage, the alliance architect. No great fortune is built alone. The final level of leverage is the deployment of other people's expertise, OP, and the power of strategic alliances. This is not about networking in the superficial sense, it is about building a highly curated circle of competency. The protocol is selection and contribution. You must ruthlessly select partners who possess skills or resources that amplify your weaknesses. A strategic alliance is an exponential force where 1 + 1 = 10. Your partner's audience, their capital, their code, or their unique expertise immediately becomes an extension of your own. This requires you to operate from a posture of radical contribution, as leverage only flows to those who consistently add asymmetrical value. This level is the hardest to build, as it demands trust and demonstrated competence, Pillar 3, Stoic resilience. But once established, it is the most powerful and defensive form of leverage, securing your entire fortress of abundance. These 5 levels, time, capital, media, intellectual property, and social alliance, are the only path out of the linear trap. They transform your daily protocol from a habit into a compounding force. Begin with level 1 today by identifying one repetitive task you can systemize. Then, transition that time and focus into building your assets. The greatest sabotage to this process is the scarcity mindset itself. If you are struggling with the foundation, the mindset protocol is where you must begin. Click the video on screen now to master the discipline required to wield these 5 levels effectively. Your next level of wealth is not a matter of luck, it is a matter of the systems you choose to leverage. The blueprint is complete. Now, the exponential work begins. Thank you for investing your most valuable asset, your attention, in this protocol. If you found the discipline to watch this entire video, you are already operating at a level 1 of time leverage. Your commitment separates you from the crowd. If this blueprint helped you transform your perspective on wealth and time, subscribe to the Self-Wealth channel. Hit the like button and leave a comment below. What is the single biggest form of leverage you will start building today? Until the next phase of the blueprint, the system is now yours. Execute.